I need to tell you something that's been bothering me for a few months now. Everyone's freaking out about AI taking over engineering jobs, right? And honestly, I get it. Software engineers are seemingly being laid off every single day. In fact, more than 100,000 tech workers have been let go this year. But while everyone's fearing AI layoffs, they're missing the actual story that's happening right under their noses. Think about every major tech breakthrough that you've heard about lately. Chat 5, Tesla's latest autonomous driving updates, and all of these new AI startups popping up everywhere. What do they all run on? Cloud infrastructure. And here is what's crazy. What I'm seeing in the market right now is the complete opposite of what all the doom and gloom headlines are telling you. I'm Suleiman. I've been in tech for over a decade, and today I run my own businesses in consulting, software, and education. Now, through my education academy, I've helped more than 500 people master cloud and AI. And here's what I'm seeing. The cloud market is projected to explode in growth from $900 billion to $5.4 trillion in the next decade. Cloud isn't just some separate specialty anymore. It's becoming the foundational layer that every engineer needs to understand, regardless of your domain. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's driving this shift and show you how to position yourself for this new reality. Whether you are in tech, looking to break in, or just want to stay ahead of the curve, understanding this shift could be the difference between getting left behind and becoming irreplaceable. So, what's actually driving this shift? And why is this happening so fast? Well, it comes down to three massive forces that are all converging at the same time. First, the AI arms race is determining the winners and the losers. Big tech is competing on all fronts when it comes to AI, training their own AI models, building out AI infrastructure, and creating their own internal AI tools. Why? Because billions of dollars are being spent in 2025 and they can't risk falling behind. The CEOs of Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta, they all understand that the future of their company is at risk if they don't go all in on AI. But here is the key. AI lives in the cloud. You can't train large language models on your laptop. You can't deploy AI at scale without cloud infrastructure. And as companies keep pouring billions into AI, cloud continues to become the foundation, the platform for the next generation of unicorns. Which brings me to the second force. On the other side of the spectrum, startups and smaller companies are going all in on AI as well. We are literally watching unicorns being built right in front of us. Think about Anthropic, Windsurf, Cursor, Perplexity. These companies went from $0 to $1 billion in valuation in just a few years by leveraging the cloud to build and deploy AI products at scale. I'll get to why all of this matters for you soon, but you need to know the cloud is where all the startup capital and investment is going right now. Thirdly, there's the layoff reality. That's forcing engineers to think differently about job security. More than 500,000 tech workers have been laid off since 2022, as companies claim they're optimizing for efficiency, AI automation, and removing excess bureaucracy. Positions for traditional software engineering, IT support, and project management are declining really fast. And let's be real, if you experience the job market right now, it wouldn't be outrageous to say that the job market is becoming brutal, but only for a certain type of engineer. Which brings us to the harsh reality of working in tech today. And what's changing for engineers? Because the expectations have completely shifted. Companies are building leaner teams but expecting way more from each engineer. In 2025, you can't just be the front-end person or purely back-end. You can't just be an engineer that's pigeonholed in one single domain or an area of expertise. Teams are becoming smaller and every engineer is expected to contribute across multiple areas. Gone are the days where you could just code in isolation on your own. And let me be clear about something. I can hear some of you saying that, I don't want to pivot, or my existing skill set doesn't need replacing. The thing is, learning cloud isn't about abandoning your existing expertise. It's about amplifying it exponentially. Think about it this way. If you are a full stack developer, that's great. You can build features and ship code. But what if you're a full stack developer who understands how to deploy your applications to the cloud? Suddenly, you're not just building features anymore. You're owning the entire life cycle of your application. And just like that, you've become significantly more valuable and much harder to replace. An AI or ML engineer who understands cloud can train models on massive data sets and then deploy their model to the cloud so they can get feedback from the market really fast. What about cybersecurity professionals? Well, for the second year in a row, cloud and cloud security has been voted as the #1 area where cybersecurity professionals feel the least prepared. If you are in cybersecurity, and I train cybersecurity professionals myself, so I see this every day. By having cloud expertise, you're setting yourself apart from the rest of the pack. Your peers don't have the skill set that you do, which means when it comes to the layoffs or budget cuts, chances are that you won't be the first to go. And if you are, then you'll simply land on your feet 10 times faster in a new role because you were proactive while everyone else was being comfortable. And this isn't just about job security. It's about building leverage. Engineers with multiple skill sets are the ones getting promoted, leading projects, and having real impact on business outcomes. And cloud is so mission critical to a company's success nowadays. And the AI revolution is only accelerating this trend. And as time goes on and AI continues to improve and handle tasks that would take engineers hours and hours before, the irreplaceable engineers are those who can think at a higher level about systems, architecture, and end-to-end solutions. Okay, so what about when it comes to actually learning the cloud? Is it difficult if you're an existing engineer? Here is the good news. As an engineer, you already have advantages that most people don't have. You understand systems thinking, debugging, and architectural trade-offs. You don't need to learn cloud the same way someone coming from a non-technical background would. And this is where the concept of becoming a T-shaped engineer becomes incredibly powerful. Think of the T-shape like this. The vertical bar represents your deep domain expertise, whether that's software engineering, machine learning, cybersecurity, data engineering, or whatever your specialization is. That's your core strength, and you don't want to lose that. But the horizontal bar, that's your broad foundational knowledge across multiple disciplines. And in today's market, cloud has become the essential horizontal foundation layer that every engineer needs. It's not about replacing your expertise, it's about giving you the platform to amplify it across the entire technology stack. When you combine deep domain knowledge with cloud as your horizontal foundation, you become incredibly valuable. You're not just another specialist in a silo. You're someone who can take their expertise and scale it, deploy it, and make it accessible across the entire organization for cloud infrastructure. And here is what makes this even better. AWS and the major cloud providers have made leveraging cloud incredibly accessible for existing engineers. They've built managed services for virtually everything. You don't need to become a DevOps expert or an AI infrastructure specialist overnight. You need the fundamental knowledge of how cloud services work and how to connect them together with proper architectural thinking. AWS essentially handles the heavy lifting of managing databases, scaling servers, and maintaining security. You focus on building solutions that actually work, solutions that leverage your deep expertise but can scale and integrate with the broader technology ecosystem. The T-shaped approach means you're not starting from scratch. You're building that horizontal cloud foundation on top of the vertical expertise that you already have. And that combination, the T-shaped engineer, is what makes you irreplaceable in today's market. Now look, this might feel overwhelming if you're already trying to keep up with the changes in your own domain. But the cloud isn't going away. It's not a new trend or a new crypto. It's the new foundation of how all applications are getting built. Every app is now cloud enabled. Every company is now cloud first. Every engineer must now be cloud fluent. That's where we are. And here is the thing. The longer you wait, the further you fall behind. It's just the nature of the industry that we are in. It doesn't wait for anyone. The reality is that job security and the prestige of getting a job in tech and what it used to mean has completely driven out by the corporations. So you can either complain about the new reality or you can adapt and position yourself where the market is shifting. The skills that got you your last job probably won't get you your next one. So you have to recognize this, be proactive and acquire the right skill set. Or you can just carry on as you are, oblivious to what's happening around you, and when that dreaded email comes, you'll be left scrambling, trying to figure out what went wrong while your competition is already 3 steps ahead. The choice is yours, and as always, I'm rooting for you. Good luck.